veteran is accused of tying her service dog to a tree in the woods and shooting him 5 times while her soldier boyfriend filmed it. Oh, this is disturbing. Here to discuss this is Shannon Walker. She heads up Northwest Battle Buddies, a nonprofit that provides free service dogs for veterans with PTSD. What a noble cause. Shannon, this is Tom Hinchy with Trending Today USA. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Tom. Thank you for having me on the show.
I'm glad you're here, Shannon, to shed us some light on this. Oh, this is a terrible thing. Why would somebody do that? What happened here?
Well, a lot of things happened there. First of all, it was an emotional support dog. It wasn't a service dog, but it doesn't matter. However, the fact is the dog was provided to help her, to help overcome stress and PTSD and things like that. And I personally believe when you read the story that the dog was provided and actually served more as a pet than actually even an emotional support dog, because the dog was a puppy. So therefore it could not have had the extensive training that, as an example, we provide for our service dogs. Mm-hmm. And when you read, for me, when I read a story like that, the first thing that I want to, first of all, it's so tragic and it makes me so angry because the brutality of it is there's absolutely no excuse no matter what the situation. But I will say that I believe that a situation like this is an anomaly. When we provide service dogs to our veterans, one of the things that they are constantly overcoming is the stigma of PTSD. And we're providing service dogs, whereas this pup was an emotional support dog. And one of the things that they are continuously trying to overcome is the stigma of PTSD. And they're reaching out, finding ways to cope, overcome, and heal to a life of independence, productivity, and healing, and freedom and independence. And so when I hear a story like this, the first thing I get concerned about is that veterans in general, or military people in general, will be labeled in a negative way because of an act that is something that gets the publicity that this does. And personally, I hope that they prosecute her to the highest extent of the law possible, because the brutality of it and the lack of compassion, mm-hmm. and to prey on the vulnerable or the innocent, somebody who can't defend an animal that
Sure.
can't defend themselves, and it's really, really tragic. So what I want to say here is that something like this has absolutely nothing to do with organizations like Northwest Battle Buddies or other professional organizations out there that vet our candidates thoroughly, making sure those service dogs, emotional support dogs, therapy dogs go into very safe environments, and the people are checked out thoroughly, and there's a tremendous accountability required on the people who receive these animals, as well as a good organizations like us here at Northwest Battle Buddies. We continue to create and expect an accountability long term. Not only do we see those dogs 6 months later, the service dogs, but every year our veterans requalify and recertify for their dogs. So we see that they're healthy, cared for, and their training is maintained.
Oh, I'm glad you do that. That really does set up a level of accountability to follow up like that, check on the dog's well-being, as well, of course, the owners as well. That's a great, what you do over there is so noble. And what is the website for that, Shannon?
It is northwestbattlebuddies.org, and all of our dogs are 100% free to our veterans. We have provided 38 service dogs in 5 years, and I'm just getting ready to start another group of 7 service dogs for our veterans. And we are completely privately funded, and so any support and help we can get is so greatly appreciated.
That sounds great. What a noble cause, Shannon Walker. And like she said, northwestbattlebuddies.org. I'm on the site right now. I got some nice video there as well. Very nice. Thank you so much for talking with me today, Shannon. Always a pleasure. I hope to talk to you again. And thank you for joining us on Trending Today USA.